NoCo FM's weekly live streaming broadcast extravaganza. With me this week, as always, live from the quarantine stream, our illustrious co-hosts, Charles Joseph Kelly and Kepcat Martinez. Hey, guys.
Hello.
And we have a special guest this week as well. Charles, you want to introduce him?
No. This is my wonderful co-host and great close friend, Derek, from the wonderful podcast that we both run together. He more so than I, Rolling Misadventures. Derek, take it away. Tell us about Rolling Misadventures.
Hello. Yeah, as Charles mentioned, I am Derek Graziano, for those that didn't know how to pronounce it. And I am the host, editor, producer, and wrangler of cats for a show called Rolling Misadventures, where we bring a whole bunch of podcasters together, play a tabletop game. Typically, the one we play is Fiasco. And then I take those sessions and turn them into two-episode improv audio dramas with full backing music and sound design.
Oh, that's a good
It's dope.
And the wonderful reason that you are on this particular episode with us is because, Derek?
Because Charles finally convinced me to join up with NoCo.
I have enough blackmail now that we're good to go.
It's so exciting. We are thrilled beyond belief to have Rolling Misadventures join the NoCo family. What does this mean? Honestly, not a whole lot for those of you who listen to the show. It just means that there's now more opportunities to listen to it. So we're now hosting the podcast, but if you're already subscribed to Rolling Misadventures, then you'll probably notice nothing different because your subscriptions all carry over, so you don't have to do anything new or fancy with that. But that also means that we'll be airing Rolling Misadventures every other Saturday night on the first and third Saturday of the month here on NoCo FM at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I had to get rid of the picture-in-picture on that screen so they can actually see the times. I made a nice little graphic for this and everything. But we're super excited. So yeah, Derek, tell us a bit about the show and kind of where it came from and how it works.
Yeah, so I originally met Charles online about 3 or so years, 3.5 years ago, just through our love of podcasting and the shows that we were doing at the time. And about 2 years ago, I think we're about a month away now from the 2-year anniversary, I had the idea to do a tabletop podcast like a lot of people did 2 years ago because everyone was listening to the Adventure Zone. And I said, you know what? I could do that. I could put a mic down, basically in the middle of our digital table, and just kind of do a tabletop podcast that isn't D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Which
it's really refreshing too. Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, go for it, Charles.
I was just saying it's so refreshing that listening to a podcast that's not Dungeons and Dragons. Says the guy who runs the Dungeons and Dragons podcast. I mean, like, is Talking Roll Dungeons and Dragons? Not really anymore.
I mean, it is and it isn't, right? I mean, you guys do play sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
that was basically how I convinced Charles to join up. Was saying, "Hey, bud, we interact really well. We had been on each other's shows that we were doing at the time." I said, I want to start tabletop. He said, no, I already do D&D. I said, yeah, but this is different.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice because like the emotional commitment is much lower. Like you don't have to. It's nice that we can miss an episode and it doesn't like ruin everything, right? I mean, like obviously Derek's never recorded a miss show ever, except I'm going to
say that. I'm going to do it to you guys at some point.
Yeah, you are going to take a break one of these days. Actually, you know what? I think you should take a break very, very soon, like the next few episodes. I think, Derek, before we switch over, because we'll talk about this, Fiasco is changing. They're creating basically Fiasco 2. It's being released very
Electric
soon.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, exactly. And the format is completely different than what we're used to. So probably before then, you need to take a break there. I'm forcing you to do this.
I will at some point, but I know that you and the other co-hosts, Megan and Paris, basically said that if I were to take a break, you guys were just going to send me white noise for audio for an episode. So
Probably
I'm
gonna
a
have
bit worried about leaving out for an episode.
No. We'll be fine. We'll be good. Everything will be fine.
It'll be worth it because like the last 2 seconds will just be like a cut-off scream of Peter!
Yeah. So do you remember that time, like a few weeks back? And when I say a few weeks back, it's been like 6 months now. When I released that episode of Talk and Roll, and it was just Scotty, just like for like 40 minutes.
Wasn't I the one who messaged you about that?
Yeah, you were, and that's all on me. Oh, Chris, I cannot hear you. I think your microphone is off. Christopher, your microphone is off.
Oh, nobody could hear me. Great. I totally fucked up my own joke. Continue.
Oh, I have another audio editing mistake for this week. But that's the point. But yeah, so it's gonna be dope. I wrote the next playset that we're going to do, so that's gonna be
good because I know nothing about this source material for that one. Do we want to announce it here?
Sure, why not? So
do an excuse or an exclusive, not an excuse.
It's an exclusive where we just like make excuses for like our terrible behavior.
My mom never wrote me.
So I have over the last week and a half built out a Tiger King themed fiasco table. And so it's called Animal Royalty, and basically the shtick of this one is you get to roll on a table beforehand to choose the animal that you're going to be like raising on a zoo. So
can I roll to cover my husband in sardine sauce and feed him to tigers?
Have you watched it?
No.
I
started it, but it's like I got through like most of the first episode. I was like, I literally hate everyone on screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few people that I've seen on that show that I'm like, you're redeemable somehow.
Well, it's I can't get through the last episode. I'm struggling with it. Derek hasn't seen it. Chris, have you seen Tiger King?
No, I haven't. Not yet. I'm kind of refusing.
It's trash. It's garbage. Don't do it. It's not. I mean, like, do it if you like. If you hate watching The Bachelorette, this is the show for you. If you like.
So if I just straight up hate watching reality TV, I should just avoid it.
Yeah. So exactly. So if you prefer television that is like 90 Day Fiancé. If you like 90 Day Fiancé, this show is for you.
I just keep thinking about that episode where that guy flew all the way to like the Philippines and just demanded to have sex with a dude's daughter in front of him.
That's weird.
Without having a translator or anything. That was fun.
What?
90 Day
Trans? Hi there, welcome to 90 Day Trans. Your host.
You're trans kid. 90 Day Fiancé. It's like usually people who live in it's different countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like kind of mail order bride style most of the time. But like sometimes it's obvious if a couple's only getting married for certain reasons. But it's usually a disaster that's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. It's kind of like all of TLC's show. There was one that was made fun of. They never picked up the show, but it was called I Catfished My Daughter. And basically the whole premise of the show is parents coming in and like catfishing their children on dating apps and stuff like that.
Oh, God.
And And like the host of the show is Elliot Morgan, who is one of my favorite comedians. He's a YouTuber, and like he has come out and been like, this show was awful. I just took it for the money. But like the whole premise was like at the end of the episode, they would come with the child and the parent underneath a gazebo to confront them about their terrible online behavior. Moral of the story: you can't use internet too much, and you should watch out, children.
I was saying, was Chris Hansen just sitting there in the middle waiting as the two came together?
Basically, but it was Elliot Morgan, who is just a comedian who is awkward. Yeah, so that's it. Yep, Rolling Misadventures coming at you live next. Not
Rolling
this week.
Misadventures. It's way better than all of that trash shit Charles just went on a tangent about.
Yeah.
I catfish my own kid. That should be the title that gave my kid trust issues and I'll never love again. Like,
Can you guys hear us okay? Is the audio okay?
We had a issue earlier, but I think it's better.
Okay.
Although now there's a huge echo and I can't hear myself, so that's cool.
I can hear you just fine. Is it echoing on like from our audio or?
I'm not sure, but what we had last week is apparently not what's happening now, so that's cool.
Yep. So that stinks. I'm sorry. Hold on real quick. Let's see if I can fix it on my end. Derek, is audio kind of echoing for you too when you talk?
I don't know. Let's see. Is it echoing on the stream now?
No.
I might hear it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm only echoing in my headphones.
Oh, that's weird. So it's making Chris not be able to talk because he's hearing himself.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But yeah, so what else? What else is going on? So yeah, we're bringing Rolling Misadventures to NoCo FM.
Mm-hmm.
Fiasco is dope. It's very easy to
version. We'll have the new version coming out soon. It got delayed with everything going on because all of the manufacturing and printing and whatnot was, I believe, in China. So that got hit immediately after the Kickstarter.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
I'm also working on some other collaborative projects through a podcast community of actual play podcasters where we're all guesting on each other's shows. And I haven't talked to the co-hosts about this one yet, but the one I'm going to run for this just random group of hosts from other shows is a game called Crash Pandas, where it's about a bunch of raccoons trying to win a street race.
Is it the same like one page?
I love it.
Games.
Yeah, just like what we did with the actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf game.
Oh, that's so good.
There's this guy who writes like once. Is it like once a month or is it once a week? Where he writes
I think it's
one
once
page?
a month.
Yeah. So he writes a new RPG once a month. That's just a one-page RPG, and he has one that's like, it's called Honey Heist. Basically, you're a bunch of bears in a casino trying to steal honey.
Which after we did the bear animator story arc, people were asking us to play that one. I'm like, no, you've seen what happens when I let them play bears.
Yeah.
I don't need to make it worse. It turned into an H.P. Lovecraft Care Bear nightmare.
We should do the actual bear, like the gay bear play set that's in the Rolling Misadventures website. That was a sentence.
Yeah, it was really good. I was here for the whole thing.
But yeah, so that's what's going on. It's pretty dope. I'm excited, and it's nice to have you in. Finally, I've been bugging you about this for months. Wherever she goes, and it's hilarious. She likes to walk through. It doesn't matter what's on the floor; she will walk through it. So it's great.
It's excellent. I love your new nickname for her. Poop Grandma.
Poop Grandma is my dog's
Poop
new
Grandma.
dog's new nickname. Because when she goes to the bathroom, she leaves. She can't poop in one place. Her like back legs hurt her. So when she's squatted over, she kind of like walks while she's pooping. So she's like leaving like a trail of breadcrumbs, like Hansel and Gretel. and like leaving like trails to get back to grandma's house. So I just started calling her Poop Grandma, and I was like, it just stuck. So my dog is now Poop Grandma.
Poop grandma.
In the chat, KNSJM says, Rolling Misadventures doing reality TV themed arcs is the only way I'll interact with reality TV.
Good call.
Derek's like,
We haven't done a reality TV show one yet. We did do for
We did a TV one,
charity
like
live
Action
stream.
News.
Well, we've done Action News, and then that was the one that Scotty from Talk and Roll joined us for.
Mhm.
And then we did a live stream for a charity event where we did infomercials, where you were trapped in a world of infomercials.
That one, okay. This one that we did the live stream for that's on the is it on Patreon or is it on the actual feed?
No, it's on the actual feed now. Yeah, it's the live stream for the Cure 2019 episode.
Yeah.
Basically,
yeah. Go ahead. No, you explain the premise.
Yeah, so basically you get sucked through a TV and you are in, like, if you watch the really crappy infomercials where nobody can do anything right, you were sucked into that world where you cannot do anything right.
It's like a purgatory of that. You're living your life like that.
I love that. I'm gonna get some juice. Killed the dog.
Yep. Don't kill my dog.
She's dead.
She's gonna knock over your drink because you said that.
But in the
chat, we're
premise
hearing there was this true crime podcaster, one of which was kind of reality TV-esque. Who was it called? I don't know.
I don't listen to any true crime podcasts anymore.
Yeah, I do a true crime podcast for my second show, and I don't listen to true crime.
Oh.
Is it an ironic true crime podcast?
No, it's specifically cybercrime. So we don't talk about all the
So it's
crap.
CSI, the podcast.
Cybercrime?
Yeah, there's a fucking show. It's the cyber. It's CSI cyber unit or whatever.
If you just say CSI, I'm like, what is a gun gonna do? Like,
It's gonna shoot through the internet. That's how it works.
Have you seen any Neil Breen movies?
Probably not.
Oh my god, please look this dude up. He makes literally the fucking worst movies and I love them so much. There's one that's called like Twisted Pair. But he's known for his hatred of laptops, his overuse of explosions, and in the second movie, just like the worst fucking green screen ever. You have to check this shit out because in the first movie, every time he gets a chance, he somehow has 3 laptops and knocks them all down and spills coffee on him in the most dramatic way possible. It's always like, ugh, whoa, and just like throws that shit off. Please watch Neil Breen movies.
Wait,
They're
has
amazing.
he ever explained why he hates laptops?
Never. He just illustrates it with his art, as a real artist does. And in the end of the second movie, he has politicians stand in front of the green screen, and they're like, I have been exposed for my crimes, even though all it shows is him like blowing up a server room, and then he shoots himself on stage in the worst fucking editing I've ever seen. It's not believable. It's not scary at all because it's just so stupid. Please watch it.
That sounds awful.
It sounds
In
a
the
lot like
best
what
way
we do,
possible, I think.
Yes.
So I've got a question for everybody here because yes, it is very important to talk about Rolling Misadventures. It's very important to talk about it. But there's another big thing that has happened today that we all need to discuss. And that is 420. So how did you all spend your 420s for the people who don't smoke any marijuana?
The same way we do every day, Pinky.
So I can't smoke because of my job, but I took some shots with Circus while he smoked a joint, so
You got that going for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I worked today, so yeah, that can happen.
Hey, guess what?
You're not
I didn't
working right
smoke
now?
either. So we're all in the same boat. But did you guys see that instead of releasing their April Fool's jokes on April Fool's Day, that IGN released all their April Fool's shit today instead.
I saw the Xbox one, and it is the greatest thing. I was laughing
Okay.
my ass off.
Yeah, they also have a Mandalorian season 2 one, which is okay. So Derek, you explain the Xbox one. I'll go with the Mandalorian season 2, and we'll have a good laugh.
Yeah, so the new Xbox console that's coming out, Microsoft does the big ass press reveal. Like you can tell the audio is obviously from a stage. And it starts off very serious about the Xbox Series X. And then they just make it bigger and bigger. And they just start going off the fucking rails where it's like, so many damn exhaust ports, industrial strength LEDs, big ass power button. And then when the title screen comes up saying Xbox One or Xbox Series X, they just add XXL to it.
So it's
400%
basically a
bigger.
reworking of the meme that went around last year with the iPhone 11, where they just kept adding cameras to the back until there was like 27 cameras.
Yep.
I would buy that.
So many fucking outputs. Yeah, I love it. It's so funny.
Like they're showing close-ups. There's like 30 HDMI ports on it.
Oh my
It's
god!
ridiculous.
Someone had fun making that. That's great.
So the Mandalorian season 2 one is a little bit more on the nose, but basically it starts off kind of the same, where it's using like clips from the original season. With like I can't pronounce his name. I've always seen it written, but Giancarlo Esposito, the guy who's in Breaking Bad as Gus, and
Giancarlo Esposito,
yeah. So you can hear his like voiceover of what he says at the end of the first season, and then it cuts to like scenes of the Mandalorian inside his cruiser, and he's like doing this dialogue of like, "You're gonna have to go on your own. We can't handle this together."
Jesus.
Even though I just spoiled the joke for you, it's worth it because Baby Yoda is like the worst, like the porn parody of Baby Yoda.
Oh man.
Baby Yoda's 50 years old, okay?
I don't know. No.
But he's still a baby. Even though that's
Okay.
not his name.
That's like the same argument as like when people draw like comics, like porn and shit, and they're like, "Don't worry, the character is 200 years old. Then why they look 12?" Gee,
Right.
like I understand.
Right. But so no, it's just like the style of costume looks like it was the porn parody of Yoda.
I love that.
So it's hilarious.
That's one porn parody I don't need. It's also like the Ninja Turtles porn parody I saw a few years ago, starring a porn star who goes by the name April O'Neil. It was unnecessary.
Have you
with the really crappy body paint?
Yep.
Yeah. And the like masks that are even creepier than they were in like the third Turtles movie. Yeah.
Have you guys seen clips of the SpongeBob or the Pokemon porn parodies? Because they have made their ways around TikTok lately.
Not sure that I want to either.
It's rough. It's a lot. It's just like the quality of like the costumes and like this. The Pokemon one just gives me nightmares.
Yeah,
I
that
can
is
see
one
that.
of the things I've been very disappointed about with parody porn is like when we were teenagers, it was all play on words for the titles, and
Right.
now it's just the XXX version.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think
sorry.
the best one I saw was the one with Lisa Ann where she was Sarah Palin, but that's because she looks like Sarah Palin. That worked out pretty well.
I love the Scrubs porn parody, and that's what it's called, the Scrubs porn parody. And it's literally like verbatim an episode of Scrubs, but with like people fucking in between. And it's so like they
They just took one of the scripts and added like insert blowjob here.
Yeah, exactly. So that like those scenes in Scrubs where Zach Braff will like have a monologue in his head and he'll like turn to the side and like have like his own vision of like what's happening in his brain.
Mm.
It's like that, and then they cut to like weird like sex things that are happening in his brain and stuff like that. It's
Nice.
perfection. It is. It is.
Well, at least they're trying to stay true to canon. That's really what I look for in my porn parodies.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
My favorite one that I've ever gotten, I actually got it for a friend for their birthday, and it was the Scooby-Doo porn parody. And we were watching it, and all of us collectively were like sitting there because we're like, fuck it, let's throw it on. We're at a birthday party. This makes sense. And we all were like, man, the sex scenes are so long. Can we get back to the plot? I want to know where this fucking dog is. Like,
I'm gonna get you that T-shirt that says "I watch porn movies for the plot."
yes, please, because I do. And me and my friends, like in high school, we used to do the same shit where we would like read like smut or look at like explicit fucking mangas and shit, and we'd be like, oh, that hand is way too big. That's not, he didn't use any lube, that shit's not real. And we just like debated the whole time we're reading it. That sleepovers with me were really fun.
I would like my money back, please, because they don't observe the laws of physics.
Exactly.
I remember
There's
my
a certain level of suspension of disbelief. Come on.
I remember like same. Like I used to have like parties with friends where we would watch porn, and very specifically the Pirates, the most like high production, the highest production porn movie of all time.
The Pirates one was good.
Yeah, so watching that just like with a group of people and just like pitching the idea, hey, I want to pitch an idea. Let's get drunk. Let's watch Pirates. It bring us closer together as people, as human beings, and as friends.
Yes.
Because then you can say, I watch porn with my friends. And who does that? Me.
See, a friend of mine would do basically the same thing, but they would try to find the most like obscure porn in their collection, like stuff people that regular vanilla people would not generally recognize. So it's like you're sitting around, you have a beer, you turn around, and there's all of a sudden a trans person on the screen that you were not expecting. Like for the most part, a lot of people are just like, oh, okay, yeah, I would. And then they would just go on about their business. But you learned really quickly who your real friends were when someone came in and would freak out about it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It's like, well, okay, you're not invited to the next porn party.
Yep.
You're not invited to my pee club.
Let's rename that, bud.
No.
Be careful with your phrasing on that.
You're talking like weird ass fucking porn. That should usually involve waterworks.
We're not, okay. Not in my, we're not.
Not in my good Christian home.
Not in my good Christian. Not in this temple.
I mean, the Pirates one was essentially about as mainstream as porn could get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they released like 2 versions, didn't they?
Really?
Like one without the sex.
It was one that was like the Showtime softcore version, and then there was like the actual.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Version.
Yeah. I mean, it's done by Digital Playground, so they're a lot more they put a lot more effort into that shit. I mean, like our store sells the digital copy, the original copy, and the laser disc along with bonus features for like $60.
Wait a second. It was released on Laserdisc?
Oh, of course it was. And
Laserdisc hasn't been a viable format for like 20 years.
You have it on vinyl record.
I've got the soundtrack on vinyl. I'm a porn hipster.
No, it's only the dialogue. It's only the dialogue. No soundtrack. They couldn't get the rights.
Oh my god, I just want to see a porn where it's nothing but like royalty-free YouTube music in the background.
Yeah, most of them from the 90s.
Okay, KevCat, I need you to do me a favor real quick.
Yes.
Because we're gonna look up a porn parody real fast.
Okay.
I need you to look it up on your phone. I
Okay.
need you to see if this exists.
Okay.
Because my brain will not stop thinking about it, and I will tell you what to write.
Chances are it does.
The
What?
Room
Oh god.
porn parody.
Oh, God, no.
What is this? But the room is its own porn parody. It's so bad. The room porn parody.
okay,
The bedroom.
Oh, that's not. Is it a trailer or is it the full thing?
This is a trailer, but it is in fact.
Oh, it's Wood Rocket. They do all the porn parodies.
Perfect.
Kane SJM has a good point. Rule 34. Chances are it exists.
Well, you can. There's porn of it, but usually there's a difference between like people drawing porn and then people making porn out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I am definitely gonna watch. Okay, so the thing with the room porn parody is like this has to be something you watch with a group. You cannot watch it by yourself.
You can't justify that.
You can't justify be like, hey, I just spent $60 on the room porn parody. Like I do not want to get aroused by Tommy Wiseau or a Tommy Wiseau impersonator. Maybe the impersonator. We'll see. We'll see.
No, you watch it alone, like just a small monitor, and you critique the shit out of it as if you were writing an actual movie review.
Oh my god, please do it.
You could just do that with the room, though.
Oh, but you do it. Nobody's done it with the room porn.
You hit play on both of them at the same time and see how well it tracks.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We'll A/B test. We'll A/B test the room porn parody versus the room. See which one gets more traction.
Which one is better? 2 movies enter, 1 leaves.
Yep.
This one's got a lot of wrestling in it.
I have to.
Don't all porn movies have a lot of wrestling?
I'm tired. How y'all doing this week? What have you been up to?
So yeah, it's 420, and at least in Colorado, they announced today that some of the stay-at-home restrictions are going to get relaxed next week. So, what do you guys think about that?
Well, let's talk about, because I didn't read an article. I just heard about this just now. I know that like they were like hinting at it because like our curve is much smaller than expected because we've done so good, guys.
Yeah, we're awesome.
I don't know. I'm still worried about it. I guess I'm a home worker, so I work up and close with like elderly people and immunocompromised people. And the thing is, like, most of them have been isolated even before this event.
Right.
So there's not too much to worry about there, but it's still a concern, especially with how it's getting nicer out and like people wanting to go out more.
Well, let's talk real quick about what that means. Chris, what is like the relaxing of the rules?
So basically, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, those are going to stay closed. There's not necessarily a specific date as far as when those things are going to open, but other retail stores are going to have the opportunity to open, and they'll be encouraged to do like curbside checkout and stuff like that if they want to, but it's not going to be a requirement.
So like
Doc J's might be open.
Doc J's will probably be open. Like Best Buys and stuff like that will probably be open. Is it like, do they have like restrictions on the amount of people that can be inside the building at any one time, or is that...
Well, they're still saying no gatherings of more than 10 people at a time. So my guess is that'll trickle down to retail, where they might only let a certain amount of people in the store at the same time. I'm not sure.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's basically how it is out here.
Yeah.
They have like gas stations are still open, grocery stores are still open, but like if you want to go to a liquor store or Best Buy, things like that, it's straight up just all curbside pickup. They are not allowing any of that.
Yeah.
So with that, it's not that terrible. I mean, it is for the businesses themselves and the workers that are out of work because of it. But as far as just, it's all basically been, hey, if you're a bar and you want to serve food and have curbside pickup for food or Uber Eats, go for it. They've just, that's how we've been doing it since day one.
Yeah, and in the chat, KNS brings up a good point. Says most projections I've seen, like from Harvard and whatnot, which is a great site, suggest that there'll be waves of COVID breakouts. So lockdowns will probably have to happen again at some point, and that doesn't surprise me at all. If there's another huge spike in reported cases, I could see us going back directly to this, like sooner rather than later.
Right. Yeah. My job has very specifically stated that like, they are for sure like even over the next couple months, going to keep everybody working from home at least for the next few months,
That's
if not
smart.
much longer. So they're like really taking some serious precautions about it, which is good. But it's also like, man, I don't want to work from home for too much longer. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, and I know one of the things he said today, he being Governor Polis, was that large companies are only going to be able to operate at 50% capacity. So it's really good that companies like yours are erring on a side of caution, because all it takes is 1 or 2 employees to get sick, and then it'll spread throughout that place like wildfire.
Yeah.
And like Chris and I were talking before we started up the stream, for me, it doesn't change anything. I'm an essential worker. I'm at a factory. Pretty much all they're doing, it's like, okay, don't be near people. There's lots of sanitation, which is par for the norm for us. And they've added basically like a biometric security checkpoint when you first start your shift, making sure that, oh, your temperature's not above whatever. And that's about it. Like, not a whole lot has changed for us.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I mean, that's kind of scary though too, you know, like especially with like I'm worried about you because I'm sure your building is very like close proximity with other individuals.
Yeah, and I unfortunately I can't really go into detail of a lot of what we do, but there has been certain ways that we are working that have either stopped or have had to be modified.
Right. That's good. That's good at least. But like, it's still like it is so scary. Like, seeing and just even on Facebook and seeing the Denver protests, and just even though it was just a few hundred people,
I think you're good.
It's so frustrating to see how willing people are to risk other people's lives. And like, as somebody who has somebody close to them who is like immunocompromised, and one of Simone's kids can get sick very, very easily, and my partner, and it's very scary. And just like thinking about like how unwilling people are to like do basic things like that, or wanting to protest and like fighting to reopen everything, it just like scares me that a kid that I know may come down with something. And luckily, like, the mortality rate for kids is very, 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 very low. But like, still, it's scary.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying, guys. Like,
well, and that was one of the things that drove me nuts with the protests that were happening out here. It got like 2,000 people at the Capitol building to protest. And
where are you again? Reminder, listeners.
Washington State.
Right. Okay.
And so there were people there that were protesting in close proximity to each other, and you would still see people wearing masks. And it's like, okay, if this isn't a big deal to you, then
why are you wearing a fucking mask?
And the answer is always, well, just in case.
Well,
yeah, it's closed just in case. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah. Like, the rules don't apply to me, but just in case they do, I'm wearing this mask. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Did you guys see the fucking My Body, My Choice bullshit that everybody was posting?
Yes.
Protests? That's infuriating. It's like, all right, now it's my body, my choice.
Well, and what's really frustrating for me about those protests is, there's a lot of information being uncovered about the fact that like this is being funded and organized by members of the Trump administration. And this is not a conspiracy theory. There is legitimate journalism to back up these claims. But this is being organized by people that are connected to Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos, who just a fucking scumbag in her own right. But basically they're trying to make it look like They're trying to make it look like the governors are responsible for the shutdown to deflect the attention off of Trump. And that's a big problem.
Yeah.
So
well, now we went from porn to COVID, and now we're depressed. Welcome to NoCo Live.
I can kind of bring it full circle with just weird shit.
COVID porn.
No, not COVID porn. Although I'm sure, that exists.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hope no. I don't want COVID porn.
But on the conspiracy theory bullshit, the best conspiracy theory that I saw was that apparently Trump is fighting the deep state, and he is trying to rescue the mole people who live under Central Park in New York, which is why they had to put the tents up.
Oh
They
my
wanted to save
God,
them
are
from
you
sex
serious?
traffickers.
Jesus.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I want to see the research.
And then, like, are they killing people because of this to hide the fact they're trying to save the mole people? Is that why people in Italy are dying?
I didn't dive that deep into it, but I mean, if you're going to say it's attacking Italy, I'm sure it has something to do with the Italian mafia.
I wonder if the mole people live under DIA with all those caverns and like secret government bases that are supposed to be under there.
They fucking better.
Sick.
Mhm.
They're just playing around with the fucking like guns and shit, just playing tic-tac-toe.
You want to hear my favorite conspiracy theory involving DIA?
Yes.
All right. So back, I think it was 2012 or 2013, there was that meteor that was like the big news about how it came very close to hitting Earth, like 3 million miles from hitting Earth, but like from like an astrology standpoint, like that is very, very close to Earth, right? Like there was, and people are like, oh, it's getting so close to Earth that it's within that range where it may actually hit or something like that. It may like destroy humanity. At that same time, President Barack Obama made an emergency flight into DIA while this was happening, and apparently was hiding in the bunkers that are underneath Denver in case the world died from this asteroid hitting Earth. So he was actually in the underground city underneath Denver around that time.
Excellent.
That's my favorite DIA conspiracy theory, which is absolute trash.
KNSJM wants to know, how do the New World Order lizard people factor into that? That's easy. They control everything. Yeah. I don't know if Trump is a lizard. I don't think he's smart enough to be one, but he's certainly taking his commands from the lizard people.
The lizard people were the ones that were sex trafficking the mole people. They were trying to set that underground.
Because they've always viewed the mole people as second-class citizens.
Exactly.
Oh, are you sure that's not Trump?
Trump might be a mole person.
Oh,
he
no.
is.
I meant
I'm not gonna,
other people as a second class.
Yeah,
citizens.
I'm defo like against like making fun of people for how they look. So I'm defo not gonna follow through with that. But Chris, you're right. You're right.
I wasn't even taking his looks into account, but I mean, sure. If the mole nose fits.
Revenge story.
What?
You were just turning it into a revenge story.
Yeah, I think it needs to be. I think the mole people need to rise up and stand up for themselves.
No, they
don't take these lizard people shit.
They're underground. Well, no, it's the they're underneath New York Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they rise up, they only have to go through the grass ceiling.
God.
That joke.
Oh, shit's off the rails. I love it. I feel like Simone is going to be glad that she wasn't on this week's episode.
I would say Trump is more like a snake, but the kind that just keeps eating itself. You know
the Ouroboros?
Yeah. No, I don't mean like the world devouring snake. I mean a literal snake that's too stupid to realize that it's eating itself. Have you seen that video? There's like a video of a snake just nomming on its own tail. That's Donald Trump.
I think that's a valid theory.
Thank you. I thought it myself with my big boy brain.
You heard it here first, folks. Donald Trump eats his own ass.
Yep. What's my name of that shit? Can I get that on a t-shirt?
Yes, we can get that on a t-shirt.
I mean, trying to reel it back a little bit, it's amazing to me how easy it is to manipulate people when you see people out there with their Confederate flags and all their shit. And like, these are people that are in Colorado. And I'm just like, God, if COVID were to strike, I'm not sure I would cry if you got it.
That's the problem. Like, I'm worried about the people near them who are like, who don't have their own say.
Yeah.
Like the whole my body, my choice thing. Like, I get it. Like,
but it's not just you. It's
but,
like the same anti-fucking vax shit. You are affecting everyone around you.
Right, with your stupid bullshittery. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can infect up like so many people without fucking knowing it, and end the lives of people that you care about, that somebody else cares about. Children, old people, mostly old people, less children.
Yeah, it's what 3 times more infective, or like you can get infected like 3 times more likely than the flu. Which, like, if you think about like exponents, that's like so many more people that you would actually be infecting at that point. Mm-hmm. Which is just it's scary. It's scary. Anxiety. I have anxiety about it all day.
I finished painting my bathroom.
Oh, we should see it. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Can we see it? Can you go mobile?
Can I go mobile?
Well, this webcam, no, we probably can't really go too mobile unless we turn off this view. And well, no, you can join the chat. Join it.
Okay. Oh shit! Yeah. Fuck. Hold up.
Can we do it? Yeah, we're gonna do this. Go.
Bet.
We're professional broadcasters, kids. Don't try this at home.
This is the high quality entertainment that brought me onto the network.
That's right. It's this kind of top-notch buffoonery. Yes. So what else has been going on this week, guys? What's there's KevCat. Let's see. Can we do this here? Oh, hey, there you are.
Hello. Hold on. How the fuck do I flip my camera? Who cares? Anyway.
Got it.
It's dope. I pooped there. In the sink.
That's all that matters.
That
looks awesome, KevCat.
Your life.
See, there's a sign in the sink because I poop in it too much. What does it say in the sink? In the sink.
It says, "Do not turn on water or use the other bathroom. Wash your hands, nasty."
I don't even know what to say. Oh,
what?
We lost KevCat.
No, you didn't.
Oh, they're back.
The boy is right here.
Hello, boy.
Hello.
Alrighty, my dudes. What else? What else has gone on? What? Derek, I'm going to beat you again this month on achievement points. What the heck?
Because I've been too busy doing podcast crap.
Yeah, and Animal Crossing.
Every time.
I've stopped playing Animal Crossing.
What? Dude, I play it every day when I get home from work. It's like my chill hour before I do any
I get it. There is just so much less to do in this Animal Crossing than previous Animal Crossing games. Like, there is no Red doesn't come into towns. Like, you can't get your like fortune read by Red. You can't like what else? Fucking Tortimer's not in the game. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
like,
you're right.
Yeah, Tortimer's not in the game. There's no of the gyrobolds or whatever they're called.
That I came to that realization. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, like there's so much less currently, and they're always like, oh, there's gonna be free updates, and it's like, yeah, free updates, but like, I'll play it in a year when it's an actually full game.
Oh, come on, that's kind of unfair.
It's fun, but it just there's so much. I can just load up New Leaf and just have a better experience currently. Like, yes, it's gorgeous, and I love that about the game, and the island like crafting thing is really cool. So it's like Minecraft, but in Animal Crossing.
Mhm.
That's pretty dope. But like, I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I don't know.
I understand. I think that it's still like a really good time. It is kind of like
Is it your first Animal Crossing game?
no, of course not.
Okay.
My first Animal Crossing game was on GameCube. And that shit was fun. Me and my brother used to like have multiple memory cards so we could hack the shit. It was great.
You know what? My favorite part about the GameCube one was that you could like find the hidden Nintendo games and then have like full Nintendo games built into fucking Animal Crossing. That was dope. You could play Legend of Zelda, the full Legend of Zelda inside Animal Crossing.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but that one was only good because I had the time to just sit and screw around in it. Whereas now, like with New Leaf, yeah, I spend an hour when I get home on it, if that, just cleaning stuff up, doing some crafting, and I'm totally cool with that because I can't devote that much time to it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the other thing that pisses me off. Like the crafting thing sucks. Like after a while, like especially when it comes to like if you're crafting like fish bait, like that takes like an hour. So you have to like dig up a bunch of clams and then like you have to go one by one making fish bait. You can't speed it up.
Tapping it goes faster.
Yeah, but like it would be nice if I could just be like, oh, I'm making 20 fish bait. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
I feel like I'm the only person out there who's not playing Animal Crossing. I'm playing
Chris is
Arkham Asylum because I play everything about 15 years behind everyone else.
Yeah. Chris is also playing still Lego Ninjago, and it's dope.
I have not played that since my brother was here about a month ago, good sir.
Okay. But I
He's
still
like,
want-
don't you slander my name.
Exactly.
I only play fully licensed Marvel Lego games.
How are those ones? Because like
Actually, pretty good.
I love the
Canis JM says, I just started playing Pokemon Silver for the first time.
So
Yeah,
Pokemon
dude.
Gold and Silver is incredible. Like thinking about like how they built out those games and filled the cartridge so like the code was so efficient that they could fit in all of Johto and Kanto in the same game. So you have 16 gyms instead of 8. That's fucking unprecedented. And you don't see that in Pokemon games anymore. And that game is like I think the high point of Pokemon for me.
That's dope.
I never played any of the Pokemon games either. But I've never...
I mean, that one was.
You know what?
that one
Here's
was
a
up
sad
there for
thing.
me.
The last Nintendo console I had was the NES
Okay.
Oh.
You missed out on so much good stuff.
because I'm old.
Yeah.
Well, in my college, my roommate had a GameCube, so I got to live vicariously through some of that. Got to play some Super Smash Brothers and that kind of stuff. But I take it back. I had a Wii, but it was mostly my girlfriend's console. I didn't play it much.
That's dope as shit.
What's the shit, dog?
My favorite part about having a GameCube is that there was this attachment that you could buy that allowed you to play Game Boy Advance games on the GameCube with like the GameCube controller and shit. And I got one of those and I was gone for like 3 weeks in my room. I was like, oh, let's see if the Nightmare Before Christmas one works. Of course it worked. You're an idiot, but I was just like wasting my time.
That reminds me when the Super Nintendo was big, there was an attachment that let you play, I think, regular Game Boy games.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. What was cool about that one is it had like some games had like extra content with it. Like I think
And like
Tetris-
full color palettes too for some of them, which was really sweet.
Yeah, so like if you played Tetris on that, you would get like other extra things with Tetris, which is pretty dope. Like different ships would shoot off instead with the super Game Boy, I think is what they called it.
Mhm, yeah, Super Game Boy.
Yeah, that thing was dope.
Super Game Boy, Super Gay Boy.
Super Gay Boy.
I think you're on
Hashtag
the
Super
camera
Gay
right
Boy.
now. Oh, you're right. You are.
Yeah, I'm visible.
So how's the alcohol treating you on 420, bud?
Great.
all that alcohol you had.
Look at that awesome frame rate.
Yeah, the frame rate here kind of.
You're rocking like 5 FPS over there in that corner.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this camera. Lately, it's just been like low frame rate. I need to figure out what's up here because yeah, it's trash.
Nah, it's okay. It just reminds me of like watching videos on Real Player back in the day, and they were like this big.
Yeah. Alrighty, what do we think? I think we're set.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, we made it to almost an hour this week.
Yeah, we did make it. Almost. We try to go about an hour, but 55 minutes ain't bad.
But honestly, there is no God. We answer to no one, and we don't give a shit.
That's true. We answer to no one. You have been watching and or listening to NoCo Live, NoCo FM's weekly podcast / live stream / Insanity Fest. Our special guest this week, Derek Graziano, host and producer of Rolling Misadventures. Derek, tell us again when you can hear Rolling Misadventures, how to find it, all that stuff.
Named after famous 90s actor Kevin Sorbo.
Hell yeah.
But you can also check us out on NoCo's live stream on the first and third Saturdays.
Absolutely. And you can also listen to all of the episodes on NoCo.fm and on the NoCo FM mobile app, as well as all of our other shows. KevCat, what other shows white people find if they listen to NoCo FM?
White people
What
find?
are shows white people find when they listen to her?
Yes, that's totally what I said. KevCat,
That's
what's your show?
Both heard the exact same thing, bud.
I heard it too, actually.
What shows, KevCat, what shows do white people find on NoCo FM?
Not mine. Mine is NoCo Gadio.
Whites are not allowed.
Oh, God.
Please know that this is a joke and I don't mean it, but it's all queer artists, regardless of the genre, play music. Sometimes I talk shit. I painted my bathroom while listening to last week's episode. I try to do an art project each week, pick a song or listen to the whole playlist, listen to it on repeat, make something. So check it out. Lots of cool music, great stuff.
Charles.
Talk and roll.
Yes.
No, we're releasing new episodes. Finally, we've got some episodes out. One that needs to be edited because there's an audio mistake in it, and it's fine. Not as bad as some of the other ones, but it is a problem. But you can listen to it every other week from Derek. Derek is here for me. I'm pointing at Derek right now. He's down there. Every opposite week of Rolling Misadventures on NoCo FM, Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain, or first thing in the morning, Sunday mornings. You could listen to the show, have a good old time. If you laugh, there's a new item that they're going to have. It's called the Bussy Bomb. It's the butt pussy bomb. You put it in your butt, and it's a bomb. You hide your bombs in your butt. You can hide the bomb in your butt, and it's called the Bussy Bomb.
My ass is already a lethal weapon, so.
So
And that show, of course, for mature audiences or immature audiences only. Also available on NoCo FM, a live stream, which you might be hearing this show right now on. We're streaming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. We play independent and new music artists during the day, and our original shows, like the ones you just heard about, at night. So check that out at NoCo.fm or grab the NoCo FM mobile app, available on the iTunes store and the Android store as well. So check those out at NoCo.fm. This show is also available as a podcast. Just search for NoCo Live. And past episodes can also be viewed at youtube.com/NoCoFM. So for Charles, for KevCat, for Derek, thank you so much for watching and or listening to another episode of NoCo Live. We will see you next time.